A recent inspection from the state points to deficiencies in Poway's water delivery system. Why the city says the flaws that it's highlighting had nothing to do with last week's boil water notice.
Plus, why the county just cited a Sorrento Valley company because of what investigators found in a La Jolla home. But first, streets are blocked off downtown right now over a suspicious substance that was found at the courthouse.
10 News reporter Jennifer De La Cruz is there. Jen, you just spoke with a court employee.
Yeah, that's right, Stephen Kimberly. So the courthouse has been shut down after they found a suspicious white substance. So we have several agencies responding here: San Diego Police, fire, and deputies, including hazmat crews that are right now working inside the courthouse. There was a call that came in at 4:21 when someone opens an envelope with a white powdery substance inside. Right now, there's nothing indicated about anybody having a reaction to that or anybody being injured. However, they did go ahead, shut down the courthouse. SDPD right now has Union Street blocked off between B and C. They did not have to do a mandatory evacuation since this happened so late in the afternoon, and people were starting to trickle out of the courthouse anyway. So once again, a hazmat situation here at the downtown courthouse after a white substance was found inside an envelope. Union Street blocked off between B and C streets rather, but of course, as we mentioned, the trolley line is still running. So as of right now, no injuries and no one transported to the hospital at this time as they continue to investigate. Reporting live downtown, Jennifer De La Cruz, 10 News.
We know you're on it, Jen. Thank you. All right, we're also uncovering new information that may have led to the Poway boil water advisory that crippled the city last week. 10 News has obtained the state's September inspection of Poway's water delivery system. And our John Horn explains why even before the incident, the city was under increasing pressure to make changes.
Poway officials are adamant that none of the flaws listed in this report have to do with its recent boil water advisory. Still, the document lays out 12 steps the city has to take to shore up its water delivery system, much of them here at its Berglund treatment facility. Poway residents got the all clear Friday to once again drink the water coming from their faucets. They'd gone almost a week boiling tap water in order shuttering restaurants and leading to a rush for bottled water.
This probably shouldn't have happened, but hopefully it'll get addressed now.
The city says a storm drain backed up into its water treatment facility's clear water reservoir during the Thanksgiving rains. Residents began reporting brownish water. The city temporarily fixed the problem, but state officials have said they anticipate issuing fines. Poway officials have expressed shock at this revelation, citing a September 2019 state inspection that they say showed no issues related to the boil water advisory. The city declined to release the report, but 10 News obtained it from the state. It outlines 12 key points with the city's drinking water system that the state says must be addressed to, quote, better protect public health and improve system reliability. Some are administrative, but the report reveals some distribution system reservoirs haven't been cleaned or inspected in more than 5 years, and that the city's coagulant feed pump meter isn't working. The state also says Poway needs to update its water quality alarm systems. John Horn, 10 News.
The city declined our request for an interview. A spokeswoman reiterated that the report had nothing to do with what led to the boil water advisory. She added that the city has met all of the deadlines to make the changes laid out in that report.
A Clermont homeowner wants the city to take action after another crash outside her home today. A Lexus and a Tesla collided at the intersection of Genesee and Chateau Drive. Police say the driver of the Lexus ran a red light and was hit by the Tesla. The Lexus driver died at the scene. The other driver was taken to the hospital. A woman who lives next door to the intersection says crashes keep happening and it's time for something to be done.
We're hoping to get a guardrail put in front of my house. We can't tell you how many times this has happened. People just don't slow down. Slingshot right through the intersection, hoping they can make it, and they just T-bone. Everybody gets T-boned here all the time.
Investigators say alcohol does not appear to be a factor in this crash.
The La Jolla restaurant owner charged with raping 8 women claims his accusers actually came on to him.
Daniel Dorado faces 35 counts, including rape of an unconscious woman. 10 News reporter Jennifer De La Cruz was in that courtroom and has Dorado's testimony.
Well, she initiated the physical contact.
Daniel Dorado is publicly defending himself for the first time since he was arrested in 2018. The owner of the Voce Del Mar restaurant in Bird Rock faces 35 felonies for allegedly raping women after drugging their drinks.
Did you put anything of an illegal substance, whether it was over the counter, prescription drug, or something purchased on the black market, and anything that she had to drink that evening?
No.
Prosecutors say the victims range in age from 22 to 58, with the first reported assault going back to 2009. Police say Dorado met the victims through dating sites and sometimes under the guise of a job interview at the restaurant. Dorado maintains the relationships were always consensual.
She was interested in being alone with me. Her advance her hugging and kissing when I first escorted her out of the car, inviting me in.
Did you kiss her?
Yes.
Did she kiss you back?
Yes.
Prosecutors say in at least 2 cases, a sexual relationship occurred after the women got visibly sick and threw up.
I offered to have her husband pick her up at La Berge. She asked to stay. She asked to sleep it off at my house.
Dorado was arrested on suspicion of assaults on 4 women, with the other accusers coming forward later on. The restaurant has been shut down ever since. Jennifer Dela Cruz, 10 News.
Dorado also admitted to being an alcoholic. He will continue his testimony in court tomorrow. Closing arguments are scheduled to begin on Monday. Jennifer Dela Cruz was reporting there.
Police are looking for a man who they say beat another with a small bat at a gas station in Kearney Mesa. Take a close look at these pictures. Police say this man was standing in line, started talking to the man in front of him, but he wasn't making any sense. Then, seemingly for no reason, police said that he pulled out a small wooden bat from a bag and started hitting the other man. He ran off and has not been found. The victim was taken to the hospital with cuts and a concussion. You're asked to call San Diego Police with any information.
PETA is appealing to SeaWorld shareholders to try to get the park's trainers to stop performing certain stunts during the dolphin shows. PETA, which owns a number of shares in SeaWorld, is submitting a number of proposals for shareholders to vote on next year. Among them, stopping trainers from standing on dolphins' noses and backs during performances. SeaWorld calls PETA's efforts a distraction and said the organization should focus on working with the park instead of against it.
A former Afghan senator who claimed to live in El Cajon just pleaded guilty to defrauding the Social Security Administration. Ahmad Yusuf Nuristani admitted that he collected more than $100,000 in benefits by concealing his international travel. Investigators say that he served as the head of Afghanistan's election commission and as a senator while collecting Social Security through his El Cajon address. He faces 10 years in federal prison when he is sentenced in March.
Less than a day after being arrested for blocking the entrance to CBP headquarters in Chula Vista, doctors were in San Ysidro again today demanding a change in policy. They're trying to launch a pilot program to give vaccines to detained migrants. They say they won't stop until they're able to help.
We have asked for Border Patrol to allow us into their facilities to give flu vaccinations. We're ready to mobilize at any moment. We have everything we need. They just need to say yes, but so far we've been denied.
No one was arrested today. CBP says it's never been in the practice of giving vaccinations to migrants.
All right, turning now to a 10 News follow-up. The county has cited a San Diego company because of hazardous chemicals found in a La Jolla mansion last month. The county said it found volatile materials in 2 other homes belonging to the former owner of Curtis Technologies. The FBI discovered hundreds of chemical containers in mid-November after he passed away. It called in the bomb squad to safely dispose of those chemicals. Among the citations, the county said it found chemicals that were corrosive, inflammable, and toxic.
The county just approved more than $4 million to build an equestrian park in Lakeside. Well, the park, slated for completion in 2021, will sit at the corner of Willow Road and Moreno Avenue. And now that it's approved for the funding, the county plans to open up bids from developers. Once completed, it will feature 2 arenas and overnight parking for RVs. The overall project will likely cost $7.5 million.